Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are we doing on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon? Sun shining out here in the Midwest. It's starting to get cold though. Thanksgiving a couple days out. Starting to get into that 30s, 40s. Snow looks to be on the horizon. Maybe we'll get snow this year for Christmas. Who knows? I don't know. The winters and falls haven't been that bad here in Michigan though. I can't complain. Can't complain at all, especially when you got a day like this, blue skies, sun's out. Because usually this is around the time of the year where it's just cloudy, gray, cold, dark. You know, the sun is, especially around like 6, depending on what time you go to work. You wake up 6:37, it's dark, and then you start going home around like 5:30, and it's dark too. It's just so it's dark when you wake up, dark when you go home. But let's just get into what we want to talk about today. Today, the topic is be yourself. I think it's important to just be yourself, simple. Don't try to, do things to be cool or to fit in this type of crowd or to have this outside perception of you, because at the end of the day, it's not important. There's a song out there called Everything I Am by Kanye West. And there's some lines in the song where he says, I never could see why people will reach a fake ass facade that they couldn't keep up. It's hard to keep up this fake image of yourself. It's plastic. There's no rock. There's no brick. There's no foundation. There's no foundation built. And it's difficult to try to keep that perception of yourself to something that you're not even. It's hard to just create something and for it to be a lie, and then to continuously create it and keep it going for X amount of years is even harder. I think that it's really important in those adolescent years, or preteen years, I should say, middle school, high school, where a lot of kids are still developing that identity for themselves, figuring out who they are. They're still trying to figure out things they like, what they don't like. And I think that it's easy for those during those years to just, do things because everybody else is doing it. And there may be something that you like that nobody else likes, but you just choose not to do because you don't really have nobody else to do it with. And I think that it's important to just stick with what you like. If you like to draw, you like to paint, you like to play the piano, you like to crochet, you like to mountain climb, go on bike rides. There's so many things out here that, people have a genuine love or, however they like to spend their free time. I think it's important to just stick with those things. Don't worry about if you got people to do it with you. I think that those people will come along the way. And it's hard to repetitively do something that you don't like doing. Very, very hard. Very, very, very difficult to do. And it just makes your life. I'm out here. Sorry, got a little interrupted there. But what was I getting at? I think it's hard to repeatedly do something that you don't like to do. So just start doing something that you like to do. It becomes easy, and I think you'll naturally just have people that gravitate towards that thing, and you'll be good to go. And I think that if going back to what I was talking about earlier, if you live up to this facade of this fake personality of yourself for X amount of years, think about like after high school, after college, and you're adulting, and you're still doing those same things because of it's already been ingrained in you. You've already had this repeated behavior of doing something that you don't like to do, and you develop the habit. It's become so routine for you to keep on doing it. So as you get older, it's hard to break that habit or routine. So then that leads to you being unhappy because you're doing something that you don't like to do. Then you're around people that necessarily you don't even like because you don't even like to do whatever activity you're doing. It gets deep. The cycle is, it just kind of keeps on spiraling from there. So I think that it's important those preteen years to stick with what you like to do. I like to play soccer. Soccer is decently popular. It's not like the craziest thing out there, but you know, I like to play soccer. I haven't played in a while, but yeah, I mean, I like to play soccer. Uh, I think that like in middle school for me, I struggled with maybe figure out, you know, identity crisis. I was young. Parents got divorced, switched schools, you know, just I had some things that I was going through trying to figure out like what's what, like what where am I going, which direction I'm going. And so it was kind of difficult for me to, I guess, to be myself because I didn't even know what myself was at the time. I was trying to figure out what the outside world and everything else going on around me, trying to tackle that first. But, you know, with time and, you know, reflection, conversations that you have with different people, you kind of just see things a little bit differently. Yeah, it's important to kind of keep that open mind for you to try new things, be open to doing something that you never would have thought you would do. Always important because you may find out something that you love at 30 that you would have never tried at 21 or 22. So it's a combination of, you know, keeping that open mind and being yourself, whatever that may look like. If you're by yourself and you ain't got nobody else with you, it's okay. It's okay. Just be yourself. It's an easier life to live where you're authentically yourself and it's genuine, and you don't have to worry about like who's watching you or who's looking over you because there's nobody out there you're trying to impress. You're just doing it because you enjoy doing it. So we're a couple days out from Thanksgiving. A lot of gratitude. Be grateful that you have this opportunity to live this life. People take it for granted. You know, appreciate the people that you have around you, and you know, keep attacking your dreams and goals, whatever that may be. Try a new hobby. Try something that maybe you thought you would never try, or try something that always kind of poked your curiosity. There's a story that my dad told me a couple of days ago about like when he was in college, and there was like one of his classmates asked him like, "Hey, how many people like when you after you leave here and graduate, how many people are gonna call and check in on you and check to see how you're doing and give a hoot about you?" And my dad at the time, I thought about it like, "Hey man, like yeah, you kind of right." So don't really worry about. So the message was ultimately don't really worry about like what other people may think about. What other people may think about you, because ultimately it doesn't matter. There's probably a handful of people in this world that give 100%, 110% care about your well-being and actually really care about you. So all the rest of everybody else, who cares? You know, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. So, yeah, you guys take care. Have a great rest of your day. If you got sunshine, go enjoy it. Go get some vitamin D, my boy.